Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here is a 2006 Jeep Liberty Sport.
This Liberty is painted in deep beryl green.
On the key, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic, along with the button to open the rear glass. You have storage on the front door panels. You also have power windows, locks, and mirrors.
It has a medium slate gray interior with the Sport trim's standard cloth seats.
Both front seats are manually adjusted. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine.
When it came time for Jeep to replace the legendary XJ Cherokee, they came out with this, the Liberty. Like the XJ Cherokee it replaced, the Liberty was a compact in size, off-road focused SUV with a unibody platform. The Liberty was produced in total for 2 generations, spanning from model years 2002 through 2012. It would then be replaced by the KL generation Jeep Cherokee for 2014. It is worth noting that in international markets, both generations of the Liberty were actually sold as the Cherokee, so in certain parts of the world, the Cherokee never really went away. So this 2006 model we have here is part of the first generation of the Liberty, codenamed KJ, which was produced in total from model years 2002 through 2007. Styling-wise, it obviously looks more modern and rounded than the outgoing XJ Cherokee. That being said, it still had a very much rugged and upright overall stance. It unmistakably was a Jeep. The 2005 model year gave the Liberty a light mid-cycle refresh. For 05 and 06, the Liberty was even offered with a diesel engine in North America. As mentioned before, the KJ Liberty was known internationally as the Cherokee. Trim levels for the US market 2006 model year Liberty included Sport as shown here, Renegade, and Limited Edition. There were 2 engines to choose from for 06, which were a 3.7-liter gas V6 as found in this example, or a 2.8-liter turbo diesel inline 4. The gas V6 could be paired with either a 6-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmission, while the turbo diesel inline 4 came paired solely to a 5-speed automatic. Rear-wheel drive was standard, with the option of either the Command-Trac or the Select-Trac 4-wheel drive system, the former of which being what this one has.
In the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges, with your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. With this button, you can go between your odometer and trip computer. With this button, you can toggle your electronic stability program. It has a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped, multifunctional steering wheel, with the controls on both the spokes being for your cruise controls. And the steering wheel is manually tilt only. Climate vent for the driver. Grab handles on both A-pillars. On this side is your exterior lighting stock, while on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents, your hazard light switch. Right here is your whole AM/FM radio head unit with a CD player. You have your single zone manual climate controls right here, your fan speed, different zones, temperature, AC and rear defrost. Ahead of the shifter, you'll find some storage along with a 12-volt power outlet. And right here is your four-wheel drive control lever. You have 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and 4 low. This button on the shifter is to toggle the overdrive. Below the shifter, you will find your power window controls in this location. The parking brake is hand-operated. You have 2 cup holders. Center console with some storage. Sturdy grab handle above the glove box. Vanity mirrors and lights for both sun visors. Manually dimming rear view. And on the overhead console, you have your reading lamps and your power sunroof controls. Now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. Both front windows are automatic down.
Optional for the sport trim were these 16-inch sparkle silver 5-spoke alloy rims. This Liberty is powered by the Chrysler PowerTech 3.7-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. It has an iron block with aluminum heads, single overhead camshafts, and 2 valves per cylinder. Horsepower is rated at 210 at 5,200 RPM, and torque is rated at 235 pound-feet at 4,000 RPM. The engine is paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission with low gear selection. This example is equipped with the Command-Trac part-time 4-wheel drive system. Running on regular unleaded with a 20.5-gallon fuel tank, updated EPA estimates are 15 mpg in the city and 20 mpg on the highway. It has an independent front suspension and a solid rear axle. It has 4-wheel disc brakes with the front ones being ventilated. If properly equipped, the Liberty can tow up to 5,000 pounds. The payload capacity is about 1,150 pounds.
The fuel cap is on the driver's side. It does have roof racks. Bottle holder on the back door panels. Folding rear seats. Your rear power window switches are right here. Grab handles and coat hooks for the rear passengers. But as for space, I'm about 6'1". The driver's seat's in a pretty comfortable position for myself. Footroom's okay. Legroom is definitely not the greatest. It is a pretty small vehicle, all things considered. It is, however, very tall, and headroom is pretty good. Legroom is mainly the biggest drawback, I would say. This particular Liberty, I as of the day I'm filming this, just sold for $6,000, and I think that's an absolute steal because this thing's in mint condition. The paint is beautiful. The seats aren't torn. Everything's in great shape. The AC is still ice cold, and you still have power windows, a sunroof, cruise control, and of course, I mean, it's a trail-rated Jeep. The four-wheel drive capabilities, excellent. Very, very awesome little simple Jeep. Single exhaust, rear wiper.
The Liberty has a cargo capacity of 29 cubic feet with the back seats up and 69 cubic feet with the back seats folded down.
Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2006 Jeep Liberty. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.